Hey guys, what is going on? This is your old pal CHH. So today's video is going to be a little bit interesting. I did a video the other day and I respectfully got called out on something, and I always want to try to be as transparent and honest about everything I do on this channel because I plan on being here for a while, or at least I want to be here for a while, and the way I can try to do that is to never lie or bullshit or not admit when I'm at least somewhat wrong on stuff. I think that's healthy to do. I mean, otherwise I come across as a know-it-all, or I'm not willing to listen to other people's opinions. That's the reason the comment section, exists. And believe me, I do look at it. It's hard to keep up with everything, but I promise you, I'm paying attention. And I've been blessed with an amazing audience on this channel. Some of you guys have been able to give me video ideas. Without you guys, I would have never seen Flesh Eater. I would have never made videos on that. And now it's become one of my favorite zombie films ever made. My point is, I love you guys, even when you guys criticize stuff I say, because I know most of you come from a genuine place of like, Christian, no, you've got this wrong. So, what are we talking about? Let's kind of tell the story here. It was a week ago or so, I did a video on this right here. Time Cop the 4K. Now, the thing about this is it left a little to be desired. I can't even deny that, because I felt like this release was just lazily done. There was nothing about it worth a damn. There was no features on this, nothing. It just existed. What can I say? And I even said on that video, Scream Factory, why are you guys not saying what the deal is? Why are you not saying, well, we don't have features on this because X, Y, or Z? And that's actually the video that, well, I won't go into that, but let's just say after that, I heard from somebody, and then I got an interview recorded with Cliff McMillan. Actually saw that video, and he was telling me, he was like, hey, I was actually working on that, blah, 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 blah. And I said, hey, come do an interview. And then that interview came, which I hope you guys all enjoyed. I thought it was an amazing interview with Cliff, so thank you to him again. Anyway, so after that, I did a video about this movie, and this is kind of where I got called out. I did a video on what lies beneath. This is, again, the ring lights hate this white. There you go. I did a video on this, what lies beneath the new 4K UHD release of this movie, and I said, what company is this? This is not Scream Factory. Can't be, because they actually put a lot of effort into this. They made an amazing documentary on here, and it really was. It was fantastic. It was feature length. It went all about this movie, and I was just really impressed by it. I thought the 4K of this looked fantastic. I did a full video review of this. If you guys haven't seen it, please go see it. I urge you to. I mean, I can't say enough good things about this release right here. It was just absolutely stellar what they did. I mean, I'm super impressed by it, and I recommend this release big time. Like I said, full video review. But in that video, I was basically talking about, what company is this? Why is this, like, Scream Factory seems to never care about anything, and they feel like a factory, no pun intended, and they're just cranking stuff out. But this release actually felt like somebody is a fan of this movie that put it out, and that's where I got called out. So somebody in the comments basically said, Christian, what you're doing, though, is you've been picking up all the wrong releases. The releases you've been picking up, essentially, are the ones that, like, are the bad apples of what they do, but Scream Factory is really not giving up. There are other releases you need to get. Well, guess what? I took that person's advice, and I got some releases that they said, what you're missing is what they're doing on stuff like this. And it was a very respectful comment, so I appreciate you, because this video is happening because of you. So, maybe Scream Factory really hasn't given up. I mean, one of my favorite releases that they did, and this is something I noticed that they started doing that I found important, was before, like Life Force, they would do the 4K of the theatrical cut. They did not go out of their way to do the 4K of the director's cut. That cut needed to be in 4K. That was such a crucial cut. It was crazy. There's all kinds of wacky stuff going on in that release of the film, and I got it, and I was devastated. But then I started to notice that I'm not taking any credit for it by any stretch, because I have no idea if Scream Factory sees anything I do, and it doesn't matter. It's not like I need them to. I'm always going to be a customer. Half of my collection over there is Scream Factory. But anyway, all of a sudden I started seeing steps in the right direction. Land of the Dead, which I did recommend that release because I thought the new features were good. I thought having both cuts of the film in 4K was the right thing that needs to be done. We need to have that done for history's sake. And then all of a sudden, I'd get other releases that I was a little overwhelmed with. And then somebody said, you got to look into this and this. So, look at this, guys. This is the new Renfield 4K. Now, this is the Steelbook. And I got this because, look, I actually liked Renfield. I soured on it a little bit. Like, I say soured on it. I liked it, but then I feel like after I saw it, maybe I lessened on it. But the reality is, I leveled out on it. I think it's a fun movie. It's a Nick Cage movie, obviously. Let me show you guys the inside of this. Now, some of you are saying, like, Christian, that's just a new movie that just came out. What's the point of that? Well, Scream Factory put this out, and honestly, I just thought they were putting it out because, you know, they were just grabbing whatever titles they could in any market, and Renfield was one of them. But this is pretty impressive. So on this release, I've got the card right here, and credit where it's due. First off, I do like this artwork a lot. I recommend the Steelbook over getting just the, you know, the regular release. So on this, I was reading the back, and somebody mentioned this to me, and I'll be honest with you, when they commented about this, I almost didn't believe it. It's in Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos. There's audio commentaries, yada, 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 all that stuff that was on the Blu-ray that came out. Disc 2 on the Blu-ray, you ready for this? New, Dracula Sucks, How I Survived the Making of Renfield. In-depth documentary with all new interviews with the cast and crew, never before seen, behind-the-scenes footage. That was freaking awesome. It was good. I watched the whole thing, and I was like, this is so cool. And it reminded me so much of the this release right here, the What Lies Beneath. Like, it was really cool to see what they got for this. I couldn't believe it. I mean, I wouldn't have expected them to go out of their way with this, because let me tell you something. This is the other Dracula film that came out that year, Last Voyage of the Demeter, which I adore this film. I'm actually a super big fan of this film. And this release, I wanted to recommend, but I wasn't too happy with the 4K. The movie's just very, very dark, especially at night. It's hard to see anything. It wasn't Scream Factory's fault. I think that's just the way the 4K looked. But there were some good interviews on here. But I couldn't, in good conscience, recommend it. This 4K, I was surprised. I actually thought this looked really great. The colors were so poppin' on this. This 4K did look really good. Comparatively to the Blu-ray, if you've got a pretty good setup, I think you'll be like, wow, this was pretty cool. But man, that documentary was fantastic for this. I really enjoyed it. I mean, it's just surprising to me. Now, if that doesn't sway you about something, I agree. It's just like, okay, Christian, it's kind of cool. But this other release that they mentioned, I was like, there's no way. So, here it is, guys. Drag Me to Hell. This is the new Steelbook. You can get this at Walmart right now if you want it. Let me show you guys. Pretty cool looking. Now, Drag Me to Hell is a movie that I saw years ago, before I even became really a Sam Raimi fan. I saw this before I'd even seen Evil Dead. I had seen Spider-Man, but I had never seen this movie before. So, they mentioned this. Sure enough, I got my hands on this, looked at the back, and I couldn't believe it. I put the Blu-ray in. There is a 2-hour documentary made for this release. For this release. I don't know what to say. I mean, it's not going to change people's minds, so to speak, on Scream Factory as a whole, but I gotta say, 2 titles that you would have thought would have gotten 0 love whatsoever. Right here, you'd have thought they'd have gotten 0 love, actually got some really cool features, as well as What Lies Beneath. I think the guy was right. He said, Christian, you've been buying the wrong releases. And I hate to swallow my pride, but it's true. Scream Factory seems to be putting forth some effort in certain things when they can, and I need to do a little bit more due diligence as a customer to see that. But at the same time, I mean, my job, and I've made it my job, I'm not saying that I'm that good at what I do, but it's to try to review a lot of the stuff that comes out for you guys to decide if you should get it or not. And unfortunately, I haven't been good at least informing you guys on stuff like this, where they actually do put forth some really good effort and have some really great features on these things, these new releases. This was phenomenal. That 2-hour thing, it was phenomenal. I loved it. I loved it. I actually love this release. This is one of my favorite Scream Factory releases this year now. If this came out this year, it might be it technically may be 2024. But my point is, I didn't know this. Why is there a new documentary on here behind the scenes from this? Like, it's crazy. I don't understand why. So you got to understand that, you know, I'm learning and I'm taking the good with the bad. Like, yeah, there's nothing on this release, although I love Time Cop. But if you're wondering what releases you should get from Scream Factory, I genuinely would recommend all 3 of these: What Lies Beneath, Renfield, and Drag Me to Hell. I'm just impressed, and I'm going to eat my words. So thank you for calling me out, saying, Christian, you've just been getting the wrong releases and coming across like you aren't happy with Scream Factory at all, when the reality is they are putting forth some good effort, and you're missing out. So I'm going to eat my words, and I'm going to accept defeat on this. You're right. So that's going to be this video, guys. It's not going to be too long, but I think it's worth noting some of this stuff. So again, these are 3 awesome releases, and I seriously recommend them. I don't get nothing from Scream Factory. They don't send me a damn thing. I don't even know if Scream Factory does send stuff out. But I'm never going to turn my back on them. I never will. It's not like that. And believe me, I truly much rather enjoy doing positive reviews for Scream Factory rather than negative. Always. I don't like doing videos about like Night of the Creeps saying keep the Blu-ray. But the reality is you have to keep the Blu-ray. They did not do a 4K of the theatrical cut. They just did the director's cut. That's history lost. Like, you got to keep that up. But when they do stuff awesome, like these releases, and they put forth effort with these awesome documentaries and behind-the-scenes things, I much prefer to say that and tell you guys this is awesome. Because I like saying positive things and being positive. Who wants to be negative? I don't like it. But I got called out about it, and I learned a lesson. I need to do more due diligence in looking into what Scream Factory is putting forth on all their releases, not just the ones that I get and buy to review. So there you have it, guys. Let me know your thoughts on this, and let me know other releases I may have skipped out on that I should have done more due diligence on. And maybe it would make me buy it now. So thank you guys for watching this. Give me your thoughts down below on this whole thing. And I'll talk to you guys very, very soon. Take huge, giant thank you to all of my Patreon supporters. Without you guys, this would not be possible. To get behind-the-scenes photos, videos, music, private live streams, and much more, you can subscribe to my Patreon for as little as $1 a month. Thank you to my patrons.